Either.
Sure. That's how you want to swing it. What is this?
That's brownie in a cup.
Physical brownie in a cup.
Hopefully it's edible.
I'm going to attempt the first bite.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Alright. As you eat your brownie in a cup,
Okay.
I was wondering if you could tell our family and friends who are watching why it is that you joined the Bruderhof community.
Sorry, I burnt my tongue. What? Kidding. Why I joined the community? Wow. Yeah, sure, we can talk about that. Okay. So, my dad joined the Bruderhof when he was in his late 30s. And my mom was born when her parents had already joined. So she was around the community growing up, even though they were on and off the community or whatever. They were always members, and she grew up loving it and ended up joining. So then I came along many, many years later and grew up on like different communities. I think I've been to every single Bruderhof except for Paraguay and South Korea.
Wow.
So, yeah, including like Germany and all that stuff. So I've seen quite a few of them. And as I was growing up, there were some things I loved about the community, and there were other things that I wanted to see that were not part of the community. And so I guess when I was 18, I started thinking about it. Should I leave for good? Should I try something else? Should I stay? What should I do? And I have to say that if I'm here now, so obviously I didn't leave. If I would have left, and the idea I was toying with was going into the music industry and doing something, I don't know, because I think I would have liked being in show business, at least until it got ugly or something. But I love like the arts and all that, as you know. So that's what I was like kind of going towards, or at least in my head. And I did not really want to think a lot about faith. However, that being said, my father did pass when I was 15, and so from that experience and seeing different events that happened, which I'm not going to go into, I did always know that faith was the thing that's real. And before he passed, not so much, but after that experience, yes. So that stayed with me, even though I was having all these ideas and these great dreams of where I wanted to end up and with music and all this great stuff. Oh, and I was going to move to Puerto Rico, definitely. I was going to do that. So, anyway, long story short, I thought about it seriously, and just before I left, because I was going to leave and seek my fortune, as it were, I had a conversation with somebody who was very much against faith, who was visiting one of the communities in Australia, and they were just passing through, and they, it wasn't antagonistic, they just didn't have a use for it. So I was thinking about that, and it's nothing really like, I guess it was a conversion, but it wasn't like a stereotypical conversion where I was suddenly like, I don't know, suddenly some huge thing happened. But I have to say that I thought a lot about like what I thought faith was, and I arrived at the conclusion, I believe now, because of God, and also because of people who believed in God, to give faith a shot, and that I wanted to try that with the people here on the Bruderhof. And so I started trying harder to have a faith. Not trying. That sounded wrong, but like I started to actually care, to be very honest, about reading the Bible and doing making actual steps towards trying to follow Jesus. Even though that's the intention that my parents raised me in, I very much was like, oh, and I still am, as you know, hard-headed. My dad used to say a hard head makes a soft ass. So that continues to date. But basically, I decided, I think I was 19 by that point, that I was going to seriously try to stick it out, give the Bruderhof a shot. And there have been a lot of blessings that have come with that. And so I think reading the Bible is really important. And I guess what I'm learning is just put your money where your mouth is. And if I say that I believe that all cultures can live together under Christ, then I should live that way. And that's actually one of the biggest reasons I'm here, is because I actually believe that. I actually believe that all people can live together, even though so many things and so many people have told me that that's not possible. I actually believe that. That's not ever going to change. And so every day we try. Now I have Maureen. And I'm almost 100% sure she believes the same thing. But yeah, that's a big reason why I'm here, because I believe that all people can live together, and we are both blessed to have diverse backgrounds, and it's frankly a very physical way of showing that is possible, even though it's difficult at times. But just because something's difficult does not mean it's not good. And I think that's also something that is missing from the narrative of the day. So that's a few of the reasons why I joined the Bruderhof. And I learn new things every day and get into scrapes and bumps and all that good stuff. But it is worth it. And I can only be grateful. So, yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to know? Or you think the people want to know as I eat this?
My only other question would be, so why the Bruderhof, and not any other church that you've come across or been to at a worship service or?
Mm-hmm. Sure, because whatever. I've been around to a bunch of different churches, and I don't know, I believe in a holistic life, if you want to give it a term. And the fact that here I can actually grow food and actually do many things that apply to my faith, maybe not in a verbal way, like I'm not, having a sermon every 5 minutes about something. But I do think things like farming and learning how to grow food and cooking and all this stuff that's hands-on, and we've done videos about some of the things we're making, are connected to faith. And so I think this is one place, not the only place, where that is possible. And so that's why I live here. And I think that this life should be open to absolutely anyone to try, because it has its challenges and its blessings, but the fact that it is I was saying holistic or whatever, all of life kind of converges, and then there's also people around when something goes off to support. Families can be supported. I know that that side of living here pretty well through tough times. And yeah, that's really it. If you want details or specific questions about, I guess, my story, you can also read it in the Another Life is Possible book, which is put out by Plow, right? They published that, Plow Publishing House. More details about me growing up and some of the decisions I've made about life in general are there. But so that, I hope that answered.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Sure. What about you?
I think that's a different video.
It is. Let's stop.